You went for an Alfco drafter?
Yeah, we've done the drafting because in this parlour it would be very hard to pull out cows as they're being AI'd. We use, everything is AI'd. We're full pedigree and we use AI, everything is AI'd heifers. So for drafting, it was one thing we wanted in the parlour. Yeah. So it works very well. We've yet to lose a cow going through the drafter. No cow has escaped. You might get the odd extra cow that you didn't draft, but she would be a cow that would be nearly gone through and to pull her back. Yeah. But that's fine. It'll always hold the cow you're looking for.
I know. Yeah.
And it's very handy if you're coming down the road there and you have a cow that's lame, you can draft off of your phone in the nap and the cow's waiting for you in the yard.
Right, okay. So you can communicate externally as well.
That's right, yeah.
And that's the Wi-Fi above.
The Wi-Fi, that's why the Wi-Fi is in the parlour.
Yeah, good. It's future-proof, so.
Yeah.
So this is your old parlour then?
Yeah, this is the old parlour here. This is our pit, probably around this way.
Yeah.
And that's all that's left now of our old parlour.
Okay. So this is your exit area here and your handling area. How does it compare to what you had previously in terms of a handling area?
Well, in our old parlour, the cows ran this way. So you'd have to go out through the back of the parlour, stand in front of them and then get them down into the yard. Yeah. And sometimes it went all right, and if you forgot a cow, she was gone halfway up the road and you were mad running after her. So this way there's no work at all in it.
I know, it's very clean anyway, in fairness, the way you've...
Yeah, it's very easy to keep it clean. Yeah. So for drafting, at the moment now we're finished AI. So if we're AIing, the cows go down through the drafter. So the cows are kind of, that's the way they do it, they kind of make the cows go in a circle like this, they move quicker. Yeah. So the cows are going down through the gate. Yeah. Her ear tag is picked up with that box on top of the drafter. Yeah. So when she goes through, it'll pick her up.
She's kicked to the left then, or pushed to the left?
Yeah, that big gate below is closer, there's a holding pin there. Yeah. And you can deal with her afterwards then. Yeah. So, and the gates are closing in behind her as she's been drafted to the left?
So she's not been pushed?
She's not been pushed. And the most important thing about any drafter is that when the cow goes in, that she can walk forward. Yeah. That she won't block the gate. Right. So she'll move with the cows that are going out. Okay. And it works very well. Yeah.
So it's this gate here, all the steel work is from Donovan's?
Yes, Donovan's done all the steel work. Yeah.
So this 360 gate here is obviously a useful feature to have?
It is, yes. So if you were, we'll say when we're eyeing then, this when the cows are brought up this way, and if you have a lot of cows, you can, one second, I'll just set up the crush for you. The cows are AI'd in the crush. So the beauty of this gate is that if you have a lot of cows and the crush is full, you can bring on the gate and you can lock it into here. Yeah, okay. And you can keep carrying around, you can lock it in there. Yeah. So it keeps the crush full the whole time.
I see.
And it's easier on the cows than they've been up and down the yard. Yeah. So,
and very safe.
Very safe, yeah. And it's well built, it's strong. There's no fear of the gate doing anything bad when it's supposed to do. It's made to do its job.
raised walkway in the middle then between the drafting and your crush. Do you like that?
Yes, well, in our old parlour, we used to be able to. You could walk along front of the shocks. We could do our TB testing it, which was very easy to do, and whereas now everything has to be done under crush.
Yeah.
So it is. Yeah, it's very easy. Do anything in the gate below. Then we can pair cows on the crush as well.
Okay.
And no, it works. It works very good.
Yeah. Very good. So is there any changes you'd make to it, or are you just happy with it as it is, or?
Well, I at first I thought that I was going to cover it, but I don't think I'll cover it now.
Why?
You see, well, it's contained anyway, but it's a lot easier to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Because
It's always wet. And
it's always
moist.
wet, yes.
Yeah.
And like that's important because I mean, in the summertime you can have awful trouble with cows falling.
Yeah.
Especially with cows or bulling because
Yes.
it gets very greasy.
Yes.
Whereas it's easy to keep it clean
Yes.
and you have less problems.
Right.
So other
Good.
than that.
And this railing here, is that to keep the cow off, a cow inside here being read a second time or what? Or is
No,
it
I'd say it's just to
equipment?
protect this thing here for
Yes.
reading.
Yeah. And this gate here?
That's just this gate opens out. It just I suppose it stops the cow trying to go back in as well.
Yeah.
When this gate is open.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's an anti-backing in as well.
I see them.
Stop
Yeah.
a cow coming up or
Yeah.
in the crush, stop her back and back.
Yeah. And you've access in here as well. I
Yes, you
suppose,
can slip
or
in here if you
escape
want to.
routes or whatever.
Or slip in this way, which is handy rather
Yeah.
than going around.
Yeah.
And it's safe as well.
Yeah. So the cows, they're obviously exiting down here then, is it?
Yes, if
Heading
they're not going through the drafter, they're going this way.
Yeah.
And they're going out this way, out
Okay.
on back onto the roadway.
Right.
So it was just a thing with Donovan's as well, with Vincent Darnay, like that when the cows are coming out of the shed, rather than the cows going in this gate, the cows are put in that gate up here, because if they go in that gate, they're all faced that way. So when they go in this gate, they turn
Okay.
around and they're faced for the parlour.
Right. They're kicked back a bit further.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
And like when there's a lot of cows coming out, if that yard is fairly full, the cows would be jammed. It would be very
Yeah.
hard for them to turn.
I know.
So just simple things.
So when the cows are going in, say in early spring, if they're going back into the cubicle sheds,
Yes.
is it through here they'll go
Yeah,
back?
back up into up here.
Okay,
So
down that channel here.
yeah. So in the winter time, as such, there's very little to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's on a scraper as well.
That's on a scraper. It's just the cows come out this way and over into the parlour yard and back up again.
Okay.
So it's a small area to be cleaned.
Yeah. How many cubicles in this shed?
160.
Okay. Built when?
2006.
Okay. The time of the grandstand, was it?
Yes, there was the grant. The grant was well, I had already applied for the silage yard, but I think I got. I think was it 56,000 of the grant that time.
Okay.
It depended in the criteria you fill in for it.
Yeah. So this is your access in anyway, so further back.
Yes.
Yeah. In they go.
Yes. So at the moment now there's 214 BMB. So we have to let the cows into one side of the parlour
Right.
for the yard to feed, but the cows are fine.
They'll all fit in here.
They'll all fit in, yes.
Okay. Yeah. How would you clean this area here then?
Yard scraper in the morning and one shot of the volume washer and it washes perfectly clean.
Yeah.
So no, it's very easy to keep clean and it's compact.
Yeah.
So with this shed here, like there's no long walking distance.
Yeah. And minimising the dirty areas as well.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
So in the winter time, then the silage is here.
Yeah.
And it's a quick feed out from here and into the feed passage above.
Right. What are you feeding out with?
7-foot shear grab, load and shovel.
What loading shovel?
JCB 416.
Right.
So it does 20 minutes you'd have him fed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of slurry storage here then as well as we're looking at on the left.
Yes, so we have, it comes on the scraper onto a flow channel into the reception tank here.
Yeah.
And 10 days roughly you get in and you'd have to pump it in off of this pint here, from the manhole cover here. So it takes about an hour to pump it.
Okay.
And the Wayland shed then, there's an underground tank here and that might last a month.
Right. And everything's ending up here then? In the tower,
Everything is
so
into the tower, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What capacity is it?
It's 500,000 gallons.
Right, yeah. Again, put up in 206, was it?
Put up in 206.
Yeah. How many were you milking then?
Roughly, about 120, I'd say, at that time, yeah.
Okay, yeah.